Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing extremely well and having a wonderful Valentine's Day. So you probably will only see this in a few days, but for me it is Wednesday the 14th of February. And that means, for me anyway, it is time to start on my third diamond painting for February. So essentially I have sort of set myself a little challenge. I'm giving myself 7 days to do a 30 by 40 and I have completed 2 so far in about 4 days each. So in the spirit of wanting to start a little series on sort of budget companies, I decided it is time to unbox my 50 by 60 diamond painting from Shein. I figured an extra 20 centimeters couldn't really hurt. As you all know, getting diamond paintings to South Africa can be a bit of a pain. Of course, we do have some lovely local suppliers, but sometimes you want to broaden your horizons a bit and avoid the post office as far as possible. So one of the options is to order from Shein. I actually just got this one out of curiosity when I placed an order for some clothing. I paid 98 Rand for it, which isn't bad for a 50 by 60, but as you can see, this one came as a double-sided adhesive one. Now, I don't normally have an issue with double-sided adhesive, but to be fair, I'm used to a bit of a more premium double-sided adhesive, so I'm a bit wary, not gonna lie. But let's open it and see what surprise awaits. Okay, so obviously I don't want to mess with this too much, so I'm not going to uncover the whole picture, but you can get the basic idea. On this side we've got a thumbnail and a legend, and over on this side we have the product code, the size, and a legend. Ooh, side note, I don't think this image is licensed, but it is available as a stock image, so I'm not too worried about showing it on my channel, but just thought I'd put that out there. But then what's worrying me is this. This usually means there's going to be a river, but let's see. Ah, yes, as I thought. Of course, now my phone doesn't want to focus. Why is it making everything dark? Okay, so it's not a huge river, but if I hold it in the light like that, you can see there is a little river. Aside from that, and I mean it is fixable, I'm quite okay with the printing. This is all pretty clear. You guys can see that's clearly 1s and 7s, and here in the dark colors, okay, the N is a bit iffy, but I can still see it's an N. But yeah, so I'm a bit scared to like unroll the whole thing and show you the whole picture, so I think let's just do this. Okay, so this is about halfway on this side. Got some rivers over here as well, but again, not the end of the world. I will get the image from Google and sort of like, goodness, this is super sticky, and I'll insert a little photo for you guys so you can see the whole image at once. Then over on this side, there we go. So that's the rest of our tree, the sky over there, and again we've got a river and some small rivers, but we'll deal with that later. So I don't know if you guys can see over here. These are the colors that we are working with. We have a total of 30 colors, so I'm hoping the rendering will come out okay. I feel like for the sake of fairness, I should probably mention Shein, much like fan sales, AliExpress, even Amazon, is basically just a shop front for manufacturers and suppliers to sell their goods. So not every diamond painting that you order on Shein will be double-sided adhesive. But the thing that sort of bothers me is that this wasn't mentioned on the actual advertisement, product placement, whatever you want to call it. So I think that would have been nice if they mentioned that. Then let's have a look at our drills and our toolkit. This did come with a very standard toolkit. Actually got 2 in there. So just your basic green boat, pink pen and wax. Apologies for the interruption. His Royal Highness required my attention. As I was saying, this is the drill and toolkits that I got, and as you can see, we got the dreaded 200 drill baggies. But as you can see, we've got a nice bright color palette to work with, some nice warm tones, some lovely greens, and a lot of 819. So I think the plan is to work on this a bit, and then I'll let you guys know what the end result was. I guess we're doing things a bit different today. My plan was originally to do like a traditional post review, but since I am on my last section, I figured I'd chat a bit to you about this diamond painting. Now, I'm not gonna say it's the worst diamond painting I've ever worked on, because it does have its, let's call it, plus points. But I feel like we should have a chat about the double-sided adhesive debate, if you want to put it that way. I've always been quite neutral about it, but I've come to realize not all double-sided adhesive canvases are created equal. So while I've always had a very positive experience working on them, this one has not been. In fact, this one has been a bit of a pain. So I'm gonna insert some b-roll so you can see sort of the state of the canvas in some spaces. But yeah, this has been a much thinner adhesive than I've been used to. I should also probably add I've only ever worked on, let's call them more premium companies that use double-sided adhesive like somé.craftz, and I've got one from Sparkle Green Creates in my stash. Now those are both nice thick canvases with a nice thick double-sided adhesive on. This one, not so much. I apologize if you guys can hear the wind. It's a bit of a terrible day outside. The wind is howling, but it's a good day to stay inside and diamond paint. So that's what I'm planning on doing today. But to get back to the story, so usually when you have a river in your double-sided adhesive, you can just cut it with a craft knife and sort of, let's say, flatten it. And 9 out of 10 times it works and you can't even see that you had a river. This one this one had a few rivers, and when I cut into them, the adhesive tore, so that was not a fun experience. And the other thing I'm battling with is the adhesive keep sort of pulling away from the canvas. But yeah, I really thought that if I put down the drills, it would not show anymore. But it is. So there's that. But that being said, this, I wouldn't say it's a, let's call it a bad experience overall. The drills have been, I mean, I paid 98 Rand for this, so I sort of expected the drills to be like really terrible. I don't know if you guys can see, but I've had minimal trash. Like this is a, they sell it as a 50 by 60, but it's actually a 25 by 55 I measured. This is all of the trash drills that I've had so far, and most of them actually weren't that bad. Some of them, to be honest, are just drills that I had laying around, must have fallen out of the tray or whatever, but yeah. So I've had minimal trash drills. I've even actually, I don't know if you guys can see this, but over there there was a little square one in, so that was fun. And I think you guys can see, let's just take this away. It's quite sparkly, and yes, I realized the rendering isn't perfect, but it is a budget company 25 by 55 centimeter canvas, so I wasn't expecting perfection. But the colors are nice and bright, and when you step back you can actually see that it is a hill with sort of autumn trees, and there's a little house in the one corner. So it's actually been quite decent, aside from my issues with the adhesive. What else do I need to tell you guys? So as you know, I paid 98 Rand for it. Sorry guys, that was just a short interruption because I had family members arriving back home. Where was I? Ooh, price paid. So I paid 98 Rand for this picture canvas, whatever you want to call it. It was delivered by Buffalo Couriers, but they do use a third party to deliver it to my door. I don't know exactly how much the customs was on the diamond painting specifically, because they don't give you a breakdown. They just tell you you need to pay X amount on your total order. But yes, you do pay import duties and VAT with Shein. It was about 140 Rand on a 1,500 Rand order, so it wasn't like terrible, but it was there. I think I waited about 12 days from when I ordered until it was delivered, which isn't bad. And it was a relatively simple process to pay the customs and everything. So I received an email with a little link, and then you can either EFT it or you pay with a card. So let's chat a bit about the charting of this diamond painting. Now, you guys know I like my confetti pictures. This one has been a decent mix. So at the moment I'm working on the last bit of the sky, which is a massive patch, even though it's the entire top side of this diamond painting, of 819, and I think there's a bit of 3078 scattered in between. And then on this side of the diamond painting we have a bit of blue scattered in between to sort of create that, you know, transition effect. Other than that, it's a pretty decent amount of color blocking and confetti mixed together. I actually expected worse, to be honest. I mean, for the size and the sort of artwork style, it sort of looks like a, I want to say oil painting. So I was expecting a bit more confetti than what I got, but I'm quite happy with it. So there's that. I've told you guys about the size. I've told you guys about the issues of the adhesive. Then I guess the only other issue I can think of is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but do you see it's not very flat? So I've had some issues getting it to lie flat, but it hasn't made it impossible to work on it, so I guess it's not a life or death situation. I've had 50 colors. So far I've not ran out of anything, which is always good. Not that it would be that much of an issue because I save all my extras and most of the colors in here are very common colors. So that all being said, I guess the question is, would I buy another diamond painting from Shein? And the answer to that is, I'm on the fence. First of all, they sell a lot of stolen artwork. So I like buying licensed artwork. That is a personal choice, and I know a lot of people don't worry about it. I've got nothing against anybody that feels differently than I do. Like I said, it is a personal choice. So if I buy from Shein, I am selective in the pieces that I do buy. The other thing that sort of makes me a bit apprehensive about buying from them again is that they don't list on the listing for the product whether it is double-sided adhesive or not, and I don't necessarily want another experience like this one. So there's that. The other thing is I like seeing a rendering of the image that I'm buying, and not all the diamond paintings have a rendering included. But again, these are all just sort of personal preferences. I do, however, think if you are looking for something a bit different than what is offered on the sort of budget market locally, because let's be honest, there are quite a few local resellers that offer cheaper canvases, but a lot of them have the same thing, which sort of limits your options unless you sort of expand your budget to the more premium type of companies. Then you've got a wider selection to work with, but we all know that not everybody can do that. So yes, if you're looking for budget paintings that don't get delivered through the post office, because that is the all-important thing if you are South African, avoiding the post office, then yes, I think Shein is a decent option. Just do it a bit more intelligently than I did, perhaps. Have a look at the reviews and maybe buy ones where you can see the reviews and you can see whether it is double-sided adhesive or poured glue. And then of course you need to sort of account for your import duties and VAT, because a lot of people will tell you they didn't expect to pay import duties and VAT, but that is the nature of buying and importing things from other companies, so you need to be prepared for that. My other advice would be to either do a group order or to wait for Saturdays and Sundays, because then the shipping decreases from 1,050 Rand to 650 Rand for free shipping. So that's always nice to get free shipping. The Shein app is quite easy to use, same with their website. They've got a nice little wish list function. You get points, so you get discount on future purchases. So yes, I might buy from them again. They've got a wide selection of diamond paintings and accessories. I will just always sort of reverse Google image search anything that I buy from them, just to make sure that I am getting a stock or public domain image. So I'm not going to keep you guys here forever. I will insert a little pan over of the image once I'm done, so you can see what the whole thing looks like. But I think I have covered what I need to say. And of course, if you've got any other questions, you are welcome to ask them in the comments down below. I'm gonna sort of do a little series on more budget-friendly international companies. This one on Shein will be the first one. I'm also trying out Temu, and I'll do a video on fan sales and maybe later good deals. If you've got suggestions of companies that you'd like me to try out, leave a comment and I will see what I can do. But for now, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. I always appreciate it. I recently hit 50 subscribers, so for me that's a big milestone. I know it's not huge in the scheme of things, but it was nice to see that 50 people actually enjoy my content. So yeah, thank you all for subscribing. The ones that are not subscribed yet, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It really does mean a lot to me anyway. If you like the video, please hit the like button on your way out. And as always, guys, I hope to see you in the next one.